ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep, you lunatic?
What is the deal, Raider Nation? Good morning, Raider Nation. It is Tuesday. I hope you guys are enjoying your breakfast, your coffee, your orange juice, your donuts, your waffles, your pancakes. You know, every single thing that you can think of that goes on that plate, in your mouth, down your esophagus, and into your belly. Man, I hope it's nutritious and I hope it's delicious. Ooh, I got bars. But anyway, top of the AM to everybody, man. It is good to see you guys here. Man, we already started yesterday with the rookies coming in and showing up, and I heard it was 100% turnout, which is very, very good. Like, there was any doubt of that. But we're in effect. Today is Tuesday. Now they should be able to get out there and do some shit today. Tomorrow, our OGs come. The veterans come grace the Mountain West Health Facility in Henderson, California, look at me, in Henderson, Nevada, where the get down gets down. You feel me? So I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning. This is Raiders Allegiance. You are watching Good Morning Raider Nation live podcast with yours truly, the host, Lunatic Raider. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. And if you feel like there's anything I can do to improve this channel, please leave a comment down below and I'll be more than happy to respond to you that way. And let's make this channel great again. Let me quit. Let's make this channel great, y'all, with the help of you. Man, I love this. I'm glad I'm doing this, and I hope I'm entertaining as well as informative. That's what I try to do, is hit you with some humor, but at the same time, hit you with some factuals. You feel me? So that's how I get down here, man. Lunatic Raider, you know, nobody does it better, but thank you for pulling up. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. Let me go ahead and dig into my extended Raider family. You already know how we do it. Raiders Down Under, man, thank you for pulling up. It is a pleasure. Dominic 5, my guy. Man, thank you for pulling up, man. For real, NorCal Raider. Jesse's in the building. Yes, we are in here thicker than Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. No sponsorship, please. No sponsorship. It's just, I love that barbecue sauce, though. Brown sugar and honey, you know. Hey, but anyway, shout out to everybody that's out there, man. We got my guy, Navy Vet 44. Salute to you, my guy. Thank you for pulling up and being with us this morning as well. Van City Raiders, CA is in the house. Raiders! Gotta get it in. Gotta get in. For real, for real. Man, shout out to everybody, man, for pulling up. Man, let me go through here and see who else we got. 2 Red Rings is in the Mickey Ficky house. That's right. It's a good time to be a part of the nation. As always, man, as always, for real. Shout out to everyone, man. James Furpo. Oh, man, salute to you, guys. Hey, thank you for pulling up, man. It is a pleasure to have you here. I'm glad you're here with me this morning, man, and salute to you. Here, I'm going to hit a thumbs up for you, man. I like that. You know what I mean? Thank you for pulling up. Eagletarian 207's in the house. Man, we are in here for real. Raider for life. Salute. Salute. Thank you for pulling up this AM. It is always nice to see each and every one of you guys. Okay, let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, lunatic. Don't slow down now. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Thank you for pulling up once again. If this is your first time here, please subscribe. Hit that like button. Tell a friend, to tell a relative, to tell a cousin, to tell an aunt, to tell an uncle, and they side chick. You feel me? Everybody's welcome here, man. In the silver and black, we rock the shield. One nation, only one. So with that being said, man, we're going to talk about some more of our free agents, undrafted and drafted, that I am keeping an eye on. Yesterday, we went over Zamir White and talked about him and Isaiah Palamau. Him, Darian Butler, linebacker out of Arizona State, who was undrafted. We talked about 4. I got 4 more that I also want to throw out there as well. That I want to put my ear to the ground and hear what comes back. What's the jury is saying out? Is the jury out on specific undrafteds and draft picks as well? I'm looking for them to either make the 53 or at least get to the practice squad. Now that the practice squad has been up to 16, where 6 of those players can be veterans of 2 years plus service, and then the rest of them can be rookies, undrafted. You know what I mean? So, hey, it's going down, y'all. So let's go ahead and dive into some shit. I'm gonna dive into the next 4 drafted and undrafted rookies that we do have on this team now that I feel I want to keep an eye on. I want to see them for what they can do and what they can bring to the table. So let's go ahead and let's open up the floodgates and let this shit ride, baby. Let this shit come on now. Let's let this shit ride. You know what I mean? Yeah. There we go. Here we go. Y'all see it. This is my next 4 drafted and undrafted rookies on this team that have reported, and I want to know exactly how they get down with the get down. As you already know about Thayer Mumford, I gotta fix that shit. I was up here putting the names in their position, but I was having college stats too. But man, never mind that. Offensive tackle out of Ohio State. He's a rookie, drafted in the 7th round, the number 238th pick overall. Now, this is a good value pick that we made. Not we, like I made the pick, but motherfucking McDaniels. McDaniels and Ziegler. Mick Ziegler. That's what we're calling him. Mick Ziegler did their research. As far as us not having a 1st and 2nd pick, the picks that we did have, they got value for those picks, I believe, with every draft pick we have. They even maneuvered around and traded up to get specific targets that were there, and they got them. Zamir White being one of them. But yeah, they did what they had to do to get the players that they wanted. So they got it. So Thayer Mumford, offensive tackle out of Ohio State, a good addition. I don't think he's going to be a starter, but a good depth piece his rookie year, as well as him being able to come in and add competition at certain, whatever spot they put him at. So that is one guy I want to keep my eye on. He has potential. Watching his game film, he just has to be coached up, and the coaches that we do have that can do this can get the best out of him, I believe. I really believe they can get the best out of this young guy, and maybe one day we'll see him next year or whatnot. Could be implemented into the starting lineup depending on departures of free agents and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to him. The next guy in line that I really got my eye on is Matthew Butler, defensive tackle out of Tennessee, 6'4", 295 pounds. An athletic, agile type defensive tackle, as you can see by the weight at 295, but still has a nice size and promise under these coaches that we have that can coach the best out of them. As you see, he's a rookie. He was drafted in the 5th round, 175th overall. Like I said, we got good value for our draft picks this year due to the fact that the 1st and 2nd round picks we no longer had because we went out and traded them for Mr. You-know-who, Mr. 99 Club himself, Devontae Adams. Mr. 99 Madden Club, you know what I mean? We went out and snatched him up and we got him. Yes, indeed. So I think that was a solid move on our behalf of getting a receiver like that. And then with the picks we did have left, they went and got their guys. Let's just say it like that. They went out and got their guys. And that's all that matters. So now that they got their... See, hey, shout out to Van City Raider. He's going to be an animal for us. I believe that, man. I really believe that. Ziegler and them do not bullshit when it comes to draft picks. And the way that they orchestrate this draft by getting in there and finding talent with 3rd, 4, 5, 6, 7 type, round draft picks, because that's all we really had. they went out and they said that they voted the Raiders the team with the best value for their draft picks. And I believe that we had no choice. You forced us into a corner where, well, nobody forced us, but we put ourselves into a corner due to the fact of the trade. But we didn't use that as an excuse. And plus, don't forget, a lot of athletes got to opt out because of the C-19 situation with the pandemic. And that put a lot of people into this draft that came out. So a lot of good talent got pushed down. You know what I mean? From the first round to the second to the third, fourth, and on and on. You know, the domino effect. And that was a damn good thing for us in this draft due to the fact that that's where our picks were. So us being in the mid-later rounds, solid talent got pushed down to us. So we're looking at the Mumfords. We're looking at the players like the Matthew Butlers, Zamir Whites, you know what I mean? Farrell Jr. Hey, we got some solid ass draft picks, you guys. So that's why I'm so optimistic with this training camp, because I really want to see what these guys can do. And then I really want to evaluate their value at where we drafted them at. You know what I mean? Wherever we drafted them, I want to know what the value of that. Did we like gotta get a steal? Could we have waited a round later? That kind of shit, depending on production. I want to really know if these guys are valued at the 5th, 4th, whatever round that we got them at. You know what I mean? So that's why this training camp is very important, as well as the preseason, to really see these guys go up against opposition that is not their teammates. So all this shit is gonna be solid. I'm looking forward to this, man. I'm getting my motherfucking popcorn ready. I'm gonna be sitting in my Raider drawers. You know what I mean? And they got a remote control where you hit the button and the crotch vibrates. Because, man, I'm telling you, I want to feel it. Anyway, shout out to everybody. You don't know who said it yesterday, but I laughed. The most intense camp battle is Neil Farrell Jr. or Rob Ryan. Oh, shit. You know, Rob Ryan is just going to be like an overseer, you know what I mean, of the defense. I heard he is going to have more emphasis on the defensive end side of it, but he's not no way or how the coach is just a brilliant mind defensively coming from the Buddy Ryan coaching tree, which all the Ryans have their handprint in some of the best defenses that ever graced the NFL of history. And that's fact. This is not being over-exaggerating. This is fact. Buddy Ryan had one of the best defenses in NFL history with the 85 Bears. The Ryan boys were with that 2000 Baltimore defense. Both the twins were on that Baltimore Ravens defense. That's one of the best defenses ever to play the game as well. So hopefully with that plethora of knowledge, that Patrick Graham can tap into this and also come up with schematically different sets, different ways of using and utilizing players on the squad to better perform at a high level and get the best out of them. That's all you want to do. I hate the kind of defensive coordinators that what they do is they try to force a fucking square peg into a round hole. You know what I mean? Like, you take this player and say, oh, no, you're going to play this and you're going to keep practicing until you get it right. Some people's strengths ain't all the same. You know what I mean? People have different strengths as well as they have weaknesses. You don't put a person's weakness out there on Front Street to be a target. You know what I mean? And there's always certain players they do that with. Because like I said, you never seen a motherfucking offensive coordinator try to make Peyton Manning say, oh, we need to run the ball more. We need to be a dual threat quarterback. No, because his weakness was running. Peyton Manning, you want him in the pocket. His strength, not being mobile. You know what I mean? But I guess there's an exception to the rule when it's dealing with quarterbacks. So why not do the same thing with other players? If this player is better against the run than he is against the pass, why are you going to make him play the pass? That doesn't make, you know what I mean? It does not make sense. You put them in the best situation to succeed and help this defense go out there and cause havoc, turnovers, all that shit. You know what I mean? Don't put them in a situation like you're gonna have fucking Abram Garden, the best wide receiver of the other team. Are you fucking serious? Knowing he's not a great coverage type player. So you don't expose their weaknesses. You cover it by letting him do his strength. So with that being said, I know that Patrick Graham has that ideology as far as putting the player in the right position to succeed. That's what makes defenses great. Every great defense, the players were always in the right position and the position that they specifically had strengths for. That's all. That's all you need to do. Fuck the weaknesses. You put them in a position of being successful with the strength. So with that being said, man, you know what I mean? I believe in Patrick Graham. I believe in him coming up with a system that's going to fit everybody on his team. He's not going to have them do anything that he does not believe that they can achieve. You know what I mean? And I love that from a defensive coordinator. I love that. So shout out to Patrick Graham, man. And I hope we can get this defense top 10 easy. If we can get this defense top 10 with a top 5 offense, you might as well put Raiders on that motherfucking Lombardi right now because it's a wrap. You missed the lunch line part, lunatic. What lunch line? Did y'all miss a lunch line? What lunch line, man? I'm missing food? What the fuck? Oh, man, I can't be missing no food, man. Hey, I love being a fucking Raider too, Michael, for real. There's nothing like it. Remember that dang QB run from Manning? So, hey, fucking Manning's the only quarterback I knew that ran in slow motion. You know what I mean? Like, he really ran in slow motion. But yeah, that's why that was just an analogy I was using as far as putting players in the right positions to succeed. You don't make them do anything that they're not good at. You know what I mean? You don't. If your doctor ain't good at doing open heart surgery, do not let that motherfucker open your chest and start fucking around with shit in there. You know what I mean? All right. So so far we got Thayer Munford and we got Matthew Butler. Now for my undrafteds, the other undrafteds I want to keep my eye on, and I'm gonna tell you where I want to see them at, is Justin Hall, wide receiver out of Ball State. Damn, he ain't no motherfucking 9'9" either. He's 5'9", 186 pounds. See, I got a lot of typos, man. I'll fix that shit later. But yes, undrafted out of Ball State, and where I can see Justin Hall fitting in perfectly. One is special teams, kickoff or punt return. But I'm gonna tell you the other place that would be brilliant to put him. Put him behind Hunter Renfrow. Let him learn from Renfrow to be a slot receiver. Let him be Renfrow's release valve. You know what I mean? When it's time for when Renfrow has to sit out, let Justin Hall come in. But let Renfrow take him under his wing and show him how to be a professional and run the slot position to like the premierest way you know what I mean? Just fucking dominate that shit like Hunter does. You know what I mean? But I think Justin Hall would be a tremendous understudy for Hunter Renfrow just to go ahead and groom this guy. And that way, that also with him being on special teams, you can keep Hunter Renfrow from facing possible injuries on kickoff or punts. Take him out of that equation. Let Justin Hall get out there and do his thing because he's a nice, shifty wide receiver. His stature ain't the greatest, 5'9" and 186, but I think he would be a nice slot backup to Renfrow and then on special teams for kickoffs and punts. I love that idea. I love that idea. Now, are the Raiders thinking of doing that? I don't know. Last time I looked at the depth chart, I don't think they had him as a slot receiver. But I would love to see him do that shit, though. Let Hunter go ahead and put his hands on it and say, hey, check this out, youngster. This is what we're going to do. This is called a China route. You know what I mean? This is how you shake the shit out of them. You ever play basketball? Think point guard in. Think Allen Iverson, but with the football. You know what I mean? Think Allen Iverson, break some ankles out there. Make these motherfuckers go one way and you go another. You can dictate to the defense as far as what you want them to do. But your route running must be precise, with precision, and deadly. With no second thought. No, you know what I mean? What I want to do. You must know coming off the line of scrimmage exactly what the fuck you're about to run. Because I guarantee you, the way fucking Renfro does that shit against corners, he makes the corners look like they on ice skates. For real. I can't, hey, Van City, I can't wait either, man, for real. I can't wait 6 more weeks. That's why, I'm hyping my shit up with preseason. And I just got my my Raider Minnesota Viking game tickets just the other day. So I'm ready for that game, and I'm going to the Patriots, and I'm going to a home opener against Arizona. You motherfucking right. That's why I'm out here putting in all this overtime at work, because god dang it, I'm at those motherfucking games. I'm going to do some live shit. I'm going to do some, man, watch. I'm going to keep all y'all informed. Like I said, I got those shows I'm working on, so just stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thayer Munford will be on the practice squad. Hey, that's fine. That's fine, because if Thayer Munford goes on the practice squad, then that's somebody that can be groomed to being great. You know what I mean? For next year, maybe. So if we do have exits of offensive linemen that only have 1-year deals, we're not like panicking like, oh, we got to go in the draft and draft the replacement. No. You already got somebody on the practice squad that's been groomed for the whole season just to come in and take over. And I love that also. And I'm glad that the NFL decided to up the numbers on the practice squad to 16. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You had to do that. If you're throwing an extra game in as well as an extra wild card game, that means an extra game of being susceptible to injury. You must have the bodies to go ahead and continue to have a game played. So, I mean, shout out to the NFL for going that route and letting that happen. But shit, it was overdue. It was overdue. I don't see the harm in it, because you're only allowed to dress. Am I correct? 48. Only 48 players can be dressed down during game day anyway. You don't do the full 53 or 47. I think it might be 48 or 47. One of the two is the amount of players that you're allowed to dress down, and that's it. So it doesn't matter. Practice squad is just a whole, and then they make it where if another team wants to grab one of your practice squad players and add them to their 53, they can. Thus, the way we got Waller. That's exactly how we got Darren Waller. He was on Baltimore's practice squad. We went in there with ski mask and tiptoed and stole his ass. You know what I mean? We threw Waller in a gunny sack and was gone. What the fuck is that 6'6" thing moving in that gunny sack? Oh, don't worry about that. That's a boa constrictor. Yeah, we about to put the boa constrictor on these defenses. But yeah, so that's my other guy is Justin Hall, wide receiver, Ball State. Love to see him at the slot and special teams. My next guy, I want this guy to succeed. Just his girth and his size alone is valuable, and it's something that you cannot teach. We're talking about no other than Bam Olaseni. Now, Bam Olaseni came out of Utah. 6'7", 339-pound offensive tackle. That could be your future right tackle in time, and you book in him with Colton Miller. Those are two massive, big-ass dudes. You know what I mean? All you need to do is coach this guy up. But coming from the Pac-12 at Utah, this guy is one of the reasons why that Utah led the Pac-12 in rushing. Yes, indeed. They led the Pac-12 in rushing, and if I remember the stats correctly, they averaged over 214 games rushing. 214 yards per game rushing for the Pac-12. Plus, he got awards and accolades for playing on the offensive line in the Pac-12 too. So I think he made second team, all second team in the Pac-12. And the Pac-12 is not a pushover. Now when you got USC, Oregon, Colorado, you got your Cals, Stanfords, you got solid West Coast competition. You know what I mean? So for him to get any kind of award should not be overlooked. He deserved it rightfully, and he went out there and performed. And like I said, he is one of the big reasons why Utah led the Pac-12 in rushing. So if he does that good with the run game, Mr. Josh Jacobs and Zeus, say hi to a new guy. You know what I mean? Like I said, he's not going to start this year. I don't even think that he might even be on the 53. But is somebody with this size, with potential that he has, if coached right, are you willing to risk him on the practice squad for someone to come along and snatch him up? Because like I said, that's tremendous at 6'7", 339. Come on now. Just him being that big is a lot of time that a defensive end would have to expend energy and time just to get around his big ass. That's right, his big old ass. Pause. Big old ass. Pause. I ain't talking about his booty. I'm talking about him, period. His big old ass at 6'7", 339. You're going to have to expend some energy just to gird around that big, massive, woolly mammoth from Utah. You feel me? But he has potential. Very good potential. You cannot teach that, his height and weight. You can't do it. So with that God-given ability, man, what can you do with it? Just pretend it's just some clay and you're mold him into being a dominant offensive tackle. That's all you got to do, and then that will be our future. If Leatherwood doesn't pan out, then let this guy be next in line to go ahead and battle for that position. Or shit, if Leatherwood does pan out, let them battle next year. But keep him. Like I said, do you risk him on the practice squad? Do you want to risk somebody that huge? You know what I mean? He's a young guy, but at the same time, it's like you gotta develop him. You gotta develop him. So with that being said, man, those are the 4 rookies, drafted and undrafted, that I'm looking forward to, as well as the addition of the last 4. Man, what the fuck? My camera's tripping off the cocaine white. You know, the cocaine white, man, look at it. It's tripping. Nigga, I'm in 3D. Wait a minute. I'm a human. I am in 3D. Okay, my bad. But, yes, that is one. All right. So, that's my 8 so far of free agents and stuff. I hope to hear something from them. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Michael Guerrero. Booty clap time. I ain't gonna be the motherfucking one twerking though. Fuck all that shit. I'll find a video with a twerker. You might find hey, you might find Mahomes' brother, him and Juju Schuster twerking together in the locker room with nothing on but a jock strap. They got jock strap and gloves on twerking. Twerking to the Fat Boys. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Come on now. Do you make beatbox? Patrick Mahomes' brother and Juju Schuster with a helmet, gloves, and just a jock strap twerking to Can You Feel It by the Fat Boys. Hell no. Hell no. Suspect. Hey, pause that shit. You know what I mean? Why can't there should be a pause? Make the motherfuckers, they be twerking and they gotta pause. You know what I mean? Nobody want to see that shit. He said that's a shirt. I'm in 3D. Wait a minute. I'm a human. Yeah, that ain't for real though. Wait a minute. I am 3D. I'm a fucking human. Not a cartoon anime. Oh my God. I love having fun with y'all, man. Y'all make this shit so fun. All right. So, where's my So that's the other 4 that I'm looking towards, you know what I mean, as far as I hope they do good. See where they line, you know, where they end up. Do they get cut? Do they make the roster? Do they go to the practice squad? Do we trade them? Hey, it's all kind of shit. Because didn't we trade? What was that? The Swiss Army knife guy that we traded to Miami. See, shit like that happens. So if there's no room for him here and we can get somebody to trade for him, maybe we go that route. You know what I mean? Might be a 6th, 7th round pick, but fuck it. We'll any kind of collateral rather than letting them loose and going out there for nothing. You know what I mean? Okay. The next thing I want to talk about, you guys, I want to talk about certain position battles. The one battle I mentioned this before. The one battle I'm keeping my eye on is at wide receiver 2. So, with that being said, at wide receiver 2, and you already know how I feel about this one, but I seen a stat where they showed the training camp depth chart, and they have Keelan Cole starting at wide receiver 2 with Demarcus Robinson backing him up. Does it stay like that? I don't know. We'll see when the battle jumps off. You know what I mean? But I at first I went with Demarcus Robinson at first from the very initial beginning of this shit when we signed him, coming from Kansas City. But when I went back and looked over both of their films, Demarcus Robinson does a whole lot exactly what Hunter Renfrow does. Slot, like a slot. I'm like moving the chains. Third down, they were going to him on third down. A lot of his highlights were all like third down conversions. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at that like, okay, well, if that's the case, let me go check Keelan Cole and see what the fuck is, you know what I mean? What his statisticals, not testicles, statisticals, to see what his statisticals are. So as you see, you can see 2021 stats between the two. Now you can see that Keelan Cole threw up more yards on just a little bit more receptions, but he doubled fucking Demarcus Robinson, and Demarcus Robinson had Mahomes throwing to him. Who did motherfucking Keelan? Who did Keelan Cole have throwing to him? You know what I mean? See the difference? And he made the most of it. Now the touchdowns ain't too influential, but I mean 3 compared to 1, and then you got the average per reception where Cole had 16 per, and Demarcus Robinson was at 10. So I'm looking at it like, I switched my opinion and was like, hey, Keelan Cole deserves to be that wide receiver too, until further notice. You know what I mean? I really believe that this guy right here, and I mentioned him because you see his stature is not that bad at 6'1", 194. But you know, Demarcus Robinson ain't that bad either. He's not same height as well, just not as heavy. I mean, not as light. But I'm looking at the stats where just a couple of receptions less, Keelan Cole still doubled the amount of yards. So that shows me he was more, and that explains why when I said Demarcus Robinson was more of like a possession receiver, catching it around the marker. That's why the yardage is so low. Whereas Keelan Cole was going downfield, making, you know what I mean? He wasn't just to move the markers. He was that target. And it shows, like I said. But I believe Keelan Cole will outright win that wide receiver 2 spot, and I think he will be a perfect complement to Devontae Adams, Renfrow, and Waller on that offense, which, if that happens, will make this offense even that much more defined with weapons. Because when I looked at Keelan Cole's tape, he reminded me a whole lot of Michael Crabtree. And what I mean by that is he reminded me of Crabtree's field awareness, as well as working the sidelines and keeping his feet in bounds on passes. This guy has a knack of dragging a toe. He always gets 2 feet in, it seems like. And very solid when it comes to catching passes. And not nothing against the chest or cradling it, but hand catches. So I like Keelan Cole a lot. I really like him at the wide receiver 2. We'll see if he stays there. Like I said, they posted up the depth chart for the training camp, and they got him marked in at wide receiver 2. Does it stay that way? That's why the camp battles is so important, because we're going to see these 2 young men go at it, and the best man wins. And it's not a bad thing, because if the best man gets the position, the guy right behind him is damn good to come in and relieve him. So I love this whole aspect of these camp battles, especially with these 2 young men. And I would love to see I'm going to see this battle. Preseason, I'm watching. Every time one of these motherfuckers come into the game, I'm watching. I'm watching. I'm like, okay, let's see what Demarcus Robinson does. Okay, let's see what Keita Cole does. So I'm really intrigued by that battle, man. I think the best man's gonna get that shit. Ziggler likes to play with our emotions. Hey, thank God it's only our emotions he plays with. You know what I mean? Would hate for him to try to play with anything else. That's violation. Hey, one thing about Ziggler though, you gotta give him props. He don't let no information. I think that motherfucker used to work for the CIA or somebody, because that motherfucker does not give up no intel. You can waterboard him. You can electrocute his testicles. You can rip his fingernails off with pliers. That motherfucker is not telling you who you're about to sign, trade, or steal off of somebody's practice squad. He's not giving up shit. That's the motherfucker you want. Don't no team know what the Raiders is going to do till after it's done. So they can't come in here and try to like, oh, they're trying to sign such and such for X amount of dollars. We're just going to offer extra more. Like with this Ndamukong Suh shit, yeah, they said we're interested. Don't nobody fucking know. Let's keep it 100. Don't nobody know anything. Because even when Ndamukong Suh was on ESPN, he left that shit vague as shit. You know what I mean? Oh, that would be interesting. We'll see what happens. He never admitted to shit because they probably told him, hey, don't say shit to nobody. You know what I mean? Don't you say shit and make Vikings or Cleveland or whoever else try to jump in the mix and try to short shop. You know what I mean? Try to short this. Man, I'm glad they do what they do. I'm glad they do what they do. For real. Shout out to the nation. So, yeah, that's a camp battle that's a must-see. Let me get this off the screen. Shout out to Raider Nation, man. Hey, thank y'all for pulling up. You know it's about the Shield, man. It's all about the Shield, baby. Salute to y'all. Ain't no beer this morning. That's straight ice water. Because, man, Thursday they saying this motherfucker about to be 117 degrees. I'm sweating already, and I got the air on. Fuck, I think it's just the computer, man. I got 3 fucking monitors and these lights, and that shit got me like sweating. Like they ask me who the Raiders gonna sign, and I'm like, they gonna sign. What you got? I don't know. I try to get my contacts, and they don't know either. That's the Raiders, man. You're not gonna know shit. So all that bullshit that these motherfuckers be saying, oh yeah, my insider told me. Motherfucker, your insider ain't told you shit. Your insider told you that he's gonna call it the day because he been digging through the trash trying to find information at the Health Life Center. You know what I mean? And can't find shit. They done shredded and burned the evidence. We said OG brought up a solid point a couple of nights ago with Phylon practically begging to come here. Is there, you know what? Now that you mention that one, I think there could be a possibility of Phylon being in the mix. And what that is reflective of is it depends on how much. I think it comes down to the money that Ndamukong Suh wants. If what Ndamukong Suh wants is more than what the Raiders are spending, Phylon could be that plan B, that backup plan. Possibility. I really believe that. He could be a backup because I know he'll be cheaper than Ndamukong Suh. But, like I said, it comes down to whatever it is Ndamukong Suh is asking for. Is he asking for 10 and the Raiders don't want to pay 10? Is the Raiders saying, hey, we'll give you 6? Ndamukong Suh say, I need at least 8. That's how the negotiation jumps off. You know what I mean? But we shall soon see. But we won't find out till after that motherfucker done signed that bitch. Soon, if they offer him a contract and he signs it, that's when Raider. Hey, we might not even know then. Remember with Renfro, nobody knew his extension until 2 days after the fucking deal was done. That shows you how the front office gets down, man. They do not be playing. So it's just like a wait and see. It's a wait and see. But Phylon possibly could be a backup plan for the Raiders if Suh's asking price is too high. That's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? I'm only going by opinion and speculations. You know what I mean? I don't know what the Raiders is doing. Nobody does. But to look from the outside looking in and saying, okay, that's probably something I would do. Somebody that's been here and I talked to him already. It's all about how healthy is he coming off of that injury. You know what I mean? Phylon, that is. And and then you got to factor in what's the possibility of him re-injuring that in a game. Practice, preseason. Where when the last time Sue was hurt? So you might have to pay a little more, but you know what exactly you're getting from Sue. Production. He may not be the same Sue back when he was with the Detroit Lions, but the last 2 years he had 6 sacks each year. And all we got to do is add those 6 sacks to Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, what they're bringing to the table, and they're eating. It's like a potluck. You know, Sue the one that's, okay, I'll bring the 6 sacks. Max Crosby like, I'll bring the 12. Chandler Jones said, I'll bring the 12 and a half. All right, we got a meal because they're going to be eating. It's a feast. So each one of them is bringing a certain number of sacks to the game. Ball sacks, hacky sacks, dub sacks. Oh my God. Sacks Fifth Avenue. All kind of sacks. For real. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Hey, I love y'all, man. I give him an 8. 8 at the max. But if you got to remember, there's no state income tax, so you might be able to lessen it by about $1 million, depending on what. I think Minnesota, if Minnesota's in the mix, I think they're I had wrote it down. Minnesota state income tax is drum roll, please. Minnesota income tax is 9.85 in his tax bracket of like 8-9 million. So you round that off to almost 10%. So if you offering, if they're, say for instance, Minnesota is offering Sue 10 million, we can offer him 9 and he'll still walk away after taxes with the same amount of money. You see what I mean? We don't have to give him as much as Minnesota is. We can fall short $1 million. If Minnesota, and don't forget, and another thing, Minnesota only has $10.9 million under the cap. We have 21.6. That's another factor. Do you not waste, but do you spend the remainder of your cap hit, 10.9, and give it all to one player? Because you might need that money later. Somebody might get hurt. You might have to go out there in free agency and get a replacement. There's a lot of shit you got to factor in, man. You can't, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Michael Guerrero, do you think the coaching staff should wear Nike Cortez jersey on Sunday? Shit, if it ain't Cortez's, they could be Chuck Taylor's. You know what I mean? Hey, I used to rock the Cortez's. Chuck Taylor's, I threw the fat laces in the Chucks. Matter of fact, all my Chucks I have now got fat laces in them. You know, I add that little old school to it. But yeah, hey, the Nike Cortez, classic. Streetwear, buddy. Know that shit. Came in different colors, you know what I mean? Hell, and if you want to go back around that same era too, don't forget the suede Pumas. The suede Pumas had different colorways also. With the fat laces, you know what I mean? The shell toe Adidas, but the Cortezes, that's West Coast shit. Y'all better, if y'all don't know, y'all better learn about that shit. Ooh, some silver and black Cortezes? All black with the silver swoosh? What? With a silver stripe down on the sole part? Oh my God. Man, hey, I might have to go find some and rock those bastards, man. Some silver and black Cortezes, boy, I'm fucking them up. What's up with everybody out there, man? Ziegler has to sign another fucking defensive watcher. Fuck. Hey, Ziegler know what he's doing. Like for instance, let me ask you this. Out of everything that the front office has done, right? Name one thing that they fucked up doing. What was the biggest mistake they did? I'll wait. You know what I mean? Even though we only on till 8. We got 15 minutes, but I'll wait. Name one move that Ziegler and them made that you was like, oh, these dumbasses. Name one. Because everything that they did, when I look at it and go over it with a fine-tooth comb, you know what I mean? I use fine-tooth comb. I see everything that they did made sense. And that's why I always say that. The way you know if a front office and coaches are doing the right thing, by if the moves they make sense. You know what I mean? If it doesn't make sense, then it's like, why the fuck you do that? But if it's like, okay, I see why you did that. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Just like if they sign Sue, that makes perfect sense. You got 2 defensive tackles that are currently injured. You know what I mean? And they say that they will be available by week 1. But tell me this. What do you do during camp and during preseason with 2 of those defensive tackles gone? What if another defensive tackle goes down in camp or preseason? Now you're down 3. You see what I mean? You need to add in defensive tackle for this defense. I think is very important to get a solid pass rusher up the middle. Just it's gonna make the life easier of Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. You know what I mean? It'll make life a whole lot easier with somebody that's coming up the middle with the same skill set as they got. Go get the motherfucking quarterback. You know what I mean? Go rip the Sierra tattoo off of Russell Wilson's neck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Get his ass. Divorce that motherfucker with grab that tattoo and yank that bitch off. Grab that motherfucker by his pretty hair. You know what I mean? Look like he got a fucking DJ Quick perm. That motherfucker got a DJ Quick perm. DJ Quick. You know what I mean? That motherfucker got a sugar-free. Russell Wilson out there. Hey, y'all see the video of Russell Wilson? I think it was a Sports Center talking about, Russell Wilson's putting in work. I don't get excited over those workout videos, man. You know what I mean? Because my first thing is Russell Wilson throwing these passes and completing them. I'm like, well, shit. He's doing a damn good job against that cornerback out there. What cornerback? Exactly. He looked damn good against that corner. Who's the corner? Casper, the friendly ghost. You know what I mean? What, nobody out there. Of course that shit looked good. Come on, man. Motherfuckers, hey, Denver getting all excited. Oh, shit. You see Russell Wilson out there throwing the ball? I'm like, who the receiver was catching it over? Nobody. What the fuck is you happy for? Sitting there about to jizz one out over a motherfucker throwing a ball to an uncovered fucking 10-yard away fucking receiver. Boy, I tell you, they need some hope in Denver because Denver might end up at the bottom of that motherfucking basement. Denver might end up in the basement in the division this year. I'll say that shit. For real. I think they'll be 4th. Kansas City. I think Kansas City, with them and the Chargers, Kansas City is still Kansas City, you know what I mean? Even without Tyreek, but to put them in the division, I say they'll be 2, Chargers will be 3. Chargers will be 3 because they still and shout out to Sultan. Last night he said the same shit, and everybody know this. They got that dumbass coach. You remember the overtime game last year? Motherfucker called a timeout when he could have gotten to the playoffs with us tying with him, and that's what the fuck we were going to do. But he go, timeout. And we like, are you fucking, you calling a timeout? Fuck it. Let's win this motherfucking game then. He shot himself in the foot. He shot himself in the foot with a motherfucking hollow point bullet. Dumbass, that was a dumbass fucking decision on that coach, man. How do you? Hold on, I'm trying to fathom this. Hold on, let me get this in perspective. All you need to do is tie with a team, and the timer's running out in not regulation, but overtime to make it a tie. The Raiders were willing to get a tie just to get into the playoffs, but yo dumbass called a timeout. So the Raiders said, "Fuck it, kick a field goal in the game." And put your dumb ass out the playoffs. And you mean to tell me, and he's returning to the sideline this year for this team? Mr. Dumbass of the Year? Are you fucking serious? Chargers, hey, when you got the what they say, the blind leading the blind. When you got the blind leading the blind, and then not just that, the additions that the Chargers added to their defense. Ooh, Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson. Ooh, how do they stay healthy? Last time I checked, Mack gets injuries, man, and he's getting into his 8th, 9th year, 10th year. Being a defender like him, hey, that's not the same Mack we drafted. Remember that shit. Or else, why would Chicago trade him if he's that valuable? It was time to move on. It didn't bring him a Super Bowl. They gave us 2 first-round picks for Mack, thinking that it was going to help them win a Super Bowl. How close did they get? The closest they got to the Super Bowl is when they drove by the motherfucking stadium that hosted it. That's as close as they got to the fucking Super Bowl. Chicago Bears is a joke. You had a good defense. You had a good defense, but you did nothing with it. And like I say, like in the famous words of J.O. Felony, I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? I can give it to you, but what? Exactly. You can have a good defense, but if you don't do shit with it, like, and that's the same with us. I can give you a top 5 offense, but goddamn it, if we don't fucking win the Super Bowl with that bitch, it's all for naught. It's all for naught. You went out there and traded for fucking Devontae Adams. Your slot is one of the best. Your tight end's one of the best. You bring in the coaches that know how to win Super Bowls. That's another key. It's not just the fact it's McDaniels. It's the fact that McDaniels been there and done it. You know what I mean? So you add all this, and if we shit the bed, like I'm talking about a first round disappointment loss, heads got to roll, man. I'm sorry. You can't just be giving hot sex on the platter and not come to the party. What y'all thought I was going to say? Y'all get your mind out the motherfucking gutter, man. If they bring you hot sex on the platter, you have no choice but to come to the party. You know what I mean? You gotta come to the party if there's hot sex on the platter. Shit, y'all thinking some other shit, man. Y'all better cut that out. But yeah, man, hey, this is gonna be our telltale sign of what we do in the division, what we do overall, production-wise, and see what happens with that, man. Because I really, truly believe. I don't think we're gonna shit the bed. You know what I mean? I'm talking because we've got to cover all aspects. If I'm going to be on here talking about the Raiders, we must cover everything. All the scenarios that could happen and why that would happen and how to avoid it. And I think one main thing is with this offense is being overconfident. Just you got the weapons, yes, but that does not crown you king of the NFL just by having the weapons. You must have to go out there and utilize your weapons. You must score touchdowns with your weapons, win games with your weapons. It looks good on paper, but just because you have it on paper does not mean it's your birthright. You know what I mean? It's not. Carr and them have to get out there and show and prove. You know what I mean? Let us, fan base, the Raider Nation, know, all right, these motherfuckers is for real. These motherfuckers are throwing up 35 points a game with ease. I mean, they throwing up so many points at the fourth quarter. All they doing is eating clock with a lot of run plays. That's the kind of offense I want. The kind of offense that just can dominate a fucking game without even scoring. You know what I mean? Like, damn, these motherfuckers been on the sideline for a 7-minute drive. That's the kind of shit that, hey, I'm telling you. You'll cause an offense to get so antsy, they'll get out there and start making dumbass plays. Start throwing interceptions, handling the ball carelessly, strip sacks, forced fumbles. All that shit happens because you're panicking trying to come back from behind. So there's no more run game. You can force an offense to be one-dimensional by putting their back into a corner where the only thing they can do, because there's not a lot of time left, is air the ball out and try to catch up that way. And that's gonna leave you open for interceptions. As long as your corners and your secondary do what they're supposed to do. That's all you have to ask of them, is for them to do what they do. And that's ball hawk. That's all we want them to do. And we got to get pressure up front in the trenches with our edges and get a dominant defensive tackle pass rush wise. That I want Sue bad. I want Sue because I know with his addition with Crosby and Chandler, that's going to help the secondary so much. Watch what I tell you. The secondaries are going to, I believe the secondary, if we can pull that off, secondary is going to have a lot of turnovers this year. And when's the last time that the Raiders had a lot of interceptions? You know what I mean? Come on now, we can do it. We can do it. We just have to do it. You know what I mean? Just do it. Like Nike, man. Just do that shit. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's out there, man. I thank each and every one of you guys. Raider Ben, my motherfucking guy. Raider Ben, I be watching your motherfucking your Madden shit in the morning, dude. Not in the morning, but in the afternoon before I be going. I have to rewatch it because I be sleeping. Like after this, I'm going to bed. But when I get up around 2 or 3, I get up, man. I go watch your shit, man. You funny as shit. You funny as shit. Man, we was in there watching that shit today or yesterday. Man, I like that shit, dude. And fuck them other guys that's been giving you problems as well. Tell them I said eat a dick and with no chase. For real. Raider Ben's one of them cool dudes, y'all. Hey, if y'all have not checked out Raider Ben's channel, man, go subscribe to it. Show the brother some love and subscribe and hit that like, man. I'm digging the Madden commentary while he on there fucking with it, dude. Hey, this shit be hilarious. But they talk about factual football shit while it's going on. It's not just we're watching them play Madden. In the chat, he's corresponding with them, and there's a lot of good shit in there. A lot of good shit. They talk about all kind of shit. So with our Raiders. So hey, go support him, please. Please go support him. Thank you. Shout out for everybody out there, man. James Frippo, hey, thank you for pulling up, man. I was thinking the same about Mac if he was so great still. Yeah, exactly. You already know like they say, Father Time is undefeated. You're going to come out the gate hard as a motherfucker. But then eventually over time, that shit's going to cut down. You might still be productive, but not as productive. Like we talked about with Sue. Sue is not going to be the same Sue with Detroit. But what he is productive with is something that we still can use. We can still use 6 sacks. You know what I mean? And that's because that's what he had the previous 2 seasons. Not combined, he had 6 sacks in each last 2 seasons. So we can use that 6 to add to Chandler and Max. Hands down. You know what I mean? And that makes this defense that much better for us to accomplish what it is that we're after, which is that motherfucking trophy. You know what I mean? I'll be damned. By hell or high water, we getting that fucking trophy. For real. Oh, yeah. He told you his channel is Raider Ben. The way his name is spelled on there, the same way. Right on. Hey, I appreciate you guys for doing this, man. This is what the nation is about. You know what I mean? I know some people get fixated in thinking since they got so many followers and subscribers that they're the head honcho, but there is no head of this household. You know what I mean? Raider Nation is the fucking household. You know what I mean? There is no head of it. So with that being said, man, we're all equal. We all support each other. You know what I mean? Hands down. So I thank you guys for keeping this shit going. Let's grow this shit. Let's show the rest of the world that we can't be faded. We can't be faded. Nobody out there can fade the nation. And there's only one. Ain't none of that cowboy bullshit. Pittsburgh bullshit. Ain't none of that nation bullshit. Like I said, them motherfuckers is more like a community. You know what I mean? A community outreach program. Motherfucker, we got a nation. You know what you got? We got a nation. What the fuck you got? Herpes? You know what I mean? Simplex 10? Motherfucker, get out of here with that bullshit. Right on, y'all. Hey, I appreciate you guys out there doing your thing, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat, man. I'm about to oh my God, Nutty Raider, motherfucking Nate. Hey, bruh, where you been, man? You know what? I'm not even gonna yell Raiders. I'm gonna show you how we gonna do this shit. We gonna go this route with it. Yes, indeed. We going that route with it. That's your Raiders. That's right, y'all, man. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for pulling up this morning. You could have been doing anything, but you chose to come rock with your guy, Lunatic. I appreciate that, man. But you already know, we will be here, same Raider time, same Raider channel, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. Go ahead and pull up on me, man. It's all good. Y'all all welcome. All the nation, come on, sit in. Let's discuss some shit. Tomorrow is really gonna be interesting because that is the day that our OGs pull up to camp. You know what I mean? So we got the veterans showing up tomorrow. So now we can really get this motherfucking shit cracking. You feel me? So with that being said, man, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys here tomorrow. If you want to follow me on social media, here, let me move this motherfucking shit out the way real quick. Hold on. I forgot where I left that shit all behind and shit. I'm up here sweating like a motherfucker, man. I done did something bad to some. I mean, I know I have in the past, but god dang, I ain't got to pay for it now. Okay, if y'all want to follow me on social media, look right down here at the bottom. Bam, that's all my social contact. Follow, like, all that, share, all that good shit, man. Let's keep this shit going. Man, to you guys that's watching this channel for the first time, I thank you for coming and blessing me with your presence. Please, only thing I ask for you to do, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and knock the hell out of that notification bell so you can be notified of all the content I release, even breaking news. I got shit coming for you guys this season. Believe that shit. Me and Dirty Raider got some shit coming for you guys this season. Believe that shit. It's in the fucking works as we speak. So let that shit be known. Raiders is on top of this shit. You feel me? So with that being said, man, thank you guys for pulling up. You have been watching Good Morning Raider Nation here on the Raider Allegiance YouTube channel with your motherfucking host, Lunatic Raider. Thank you once again, you guys, for popping up and showing out. We does this shit. We don't do it. We does it because it's been done. There's only one nation. That's right, y'all. Raider Nation. With that being said, guys, enjoy your Tuesday. May you be safe, you and your loved ones. Man, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you guys tomorrow morning. And I'm out. Sweating like a motherfucker like I done lied on the witness stand. But he ain't getting convicted. I don't snitch. I'm out.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. I just like the sound of it.
How about it, you creep?